Hello and welcome to Sudoku Pro. This is a hard level Sudoku from New York Times. Let's get started. Hello everyone. Let's start with the fifth column today. There is a 7 here in column 4 and a 7 here in column 6, which blocks these two columns. So 7 goes here in F5. Now there is a 5-8 pair here which blocks these three cells. So in fifth column, 5 and 8 goes here in G5 and I5. G5 takes 8 and I5 takes 5. Now the missing numbers in fifth column are 2, 3 and 9. In B row, you can see 2 and 3. So B5 takes 9. Now the missing numbers are 2 and 3. Let's mark it with 2, 3 pair. Now you can see this 5, 8 pair blocking these three cells. So in the central block, 5 and 8 goes here in these two cells in E4 and F4. Now the missing numbers in this central block are 3, 6 and 9. You can see 6 and 9 blocking this cell. So F6 takes 3 and rest of the two cells take 6, 9 pair. Now in sixth column there are 3 empty cells. The missing numbers are 1, 2 and 4. You have 1 and 2 blocking here in H row. So H6 takes 4. And so 1 or 2 has to be here in A6, but you have this 2 in this 2, 3 pair blocking this cell. So A6 takes 1 and the only missing number is 2. So I6 takes 2. Now the missing numbers in this block 2 are 4 and 6. And here the missing numbers are 1, 3 and 9. You have 1 and 3 blocking here. So H4 takes 9 and rest of the two cells take 1, 3 pair. Now let's try to fill H4. There are only 3 empty cells. You have a 8 blocking this cell here and there is a 8 in column 9 blocking this cell. So 8 goes here in H8 and now the missing numbers are 5 and 7. This 5 blocks here. So 5 goes here in H9 and 7 goes here in H1. In B row, there are 4 missing numbers. The missing numbers are 4, 5, 6 and 7. You can see 5 and 7 blocking this cell. That means B1 takes 4 or 6. That makes it a matching pair here. And now there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 5, 7. So 5, 7 matching pair goes in these two cells. Let's try to fill column 1. There is a 9 here in A row blocking this entire row. There is a 9 in column 2 and a 9 in column 3 blocking these two cells. So C1 takes 9. Now you can see a 1, 8 pair blocking this cell here and there is a 1, 8 in column 3 blocking this cell. That leaves with two cells empty. So 1 and 8 goes in these two cells. There is a 1 here in A row. So A1 takes 8 and F1 takes 1. Now in column 1, there are three missing numbers, that is 3, 4 and 6. You can see there is a 6 blocking here, so D1 takes 3, 4 and I1 may take 3 or 4 or 6. So there is a triplet formed here, a 3, 4, 6 triplet. Now you can see in this row, in F row, there are 4 missing numbers, that is 2, 4, 5 and 8. Now there is 8 here in this block, so 2, 4 and 5 goes in these 3 cells. It forms a triplet actually. Here we have 5, so F9 takes 2 or 4 and 2, 4 or 5 goes in other 3 cells. Now that shows this 5 blocks this entire row. So we can eliminate 5 from here. F4 becomes 8 and E4 becomes 5 now. Now you can see this 1, 3 and 6 blocking these entire column. That means 1, 3, 6 goes in these 3 cells. Again it forms a triplet here. Let us mark it. Since there is a 1 here, 3, 6 goes here and 1, 3, 6 goes here. And now in this block the missing numbers are 7 and 9. Let's mark it with 7, 9 pair. So now in column 7, there are 4 numbers missing. The missing numbers are 2, 4, 5 and 8. Here in this cell is blocked by 2 and 8 and 5 here. So I7 takes 4. So let's cancel out the 4 from this list. Now we have 2, 5 and 8 missing. This 8, there's 8 blocking here, blocking the cell, and this is only cell now left empty, so 8 goes here. So let's remove that also from the list, and now the missing numbers are 2 and 5. Let's mark here 2, 4, 5. Since the 4 is here, let's remove 4 from here. Now this 4 blocks these two cells of this block, so G2 takes 4, and now we will have a 3, 6 pair here. So this 3 cancels out the 3 here, so I4 is now 1 and G4 is 3. Now in I row there are only 2 empty cells and the missing numbers are 7 and 9. There is a 9 here in column 8, so I8 takes 7 and I9 takes 9, and 1, 2 pair goes in these 2 cells. This 7 here in I row cancels out the 7 here in B8. Now B8 is 5 and B2 is 7, and A7 becomes 2, F7 becomes 5. We can cancel out the 5 here, so this becomes a 2, 4, 2, 4 pair. This 2 cancels out the 2 here. A5 becomes 3 and C5 is 2. Now there is a 7 here in A row which blocks this cell here, and there is a 7 here in I row which blocks this cell. So C9 takes 7. Now the missing numbers in this block are 4 and 6. So let's mark it with 4, 6 pair. Now there is a matching pair of 4 and 6, 4, 6 matching pair in 0. That means there are only 2 empty cells left. The missing numbers are 1 and 3. There is a 1 blocking from here. So C3 takes 3 and C2 takes 1. Now in column 3 there are 3 empty cells and the missing numbers are 4, 5 and 7. You can see 4 and 5 blocking from here. So E3 takes 7. The rest of the cells take 4 and 5. I'm not mentioning it here because there are too many matching pairs across the puzzle. Fine. Now there is 8 here in column row D, which is blocking these two cells. So 8 goes here in E2. That leaves with 3, a complete row empty, and the missing numbers are 3, 4 and 5. Let me write it here, 3, 4 and 5. That means 3 blocks this entire row, and here this 3 gets cancelled, and D8 is now 6. That cancels out the 6, these two 6. So E9 is now 1 and E8 is 3. Now this 6 here is going to help us crack all the matching pairs. So here now D6 becomes 9 and E6 becomes 6. D7 becomes 7 and E7 takes 9. Similarly, the 6 cancels out the 6 here. So C8 is 4, A9 is 6, C4 is 6, B4 is 4, B1 is 6. Coming down here, I1 is 3, I2 is 6, D1 is 4, now the missing numbers in this block are 3 and 5. You have a 3 here. So D3 takes 5 and D2 takes 3. Now the only missing number in third column is 4 and the only missing number in A2 is 5. This 4 here cancels out the 4 here in F8. So F8 is now 2, F9 is 4, G8 is 1 and G9 is 2. And the puzzle is solved. Thank you and have a nice day.